to me means I get to explore and define myself.
Access, that allows me to follow my passion.
For me, it means I get to do what I've always dreamed of doing, helping people.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Introducing the new Onward high-performance lithium-ion personal transportation vehicle from Club Car. When it comes to style, power, and performance, look no further. The Onward HP lithium-ion exceeds expectations with impressive hill climbing performance and high-power acceleration. No other vehicle in the industry can compete. Our automotive quality, self-contained battery is protected by a corrosion-resistant and watertight steel case. This state-of-the-art battery is maintenance-free. And with an industry-leading 6-year battery warranty, you can rest easy knowing your Onward HP lithium-ion is ready when you are. Welcome to the next era of Club Car innovation.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium, locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. At Northwest Georgia Media, we're all about capturing the moments that matter to you. From sports to arts, from concerts to business events, we're equipped to share what's happening in your world, live and in high definition. We leverage cutting-edge technology and a knowledgeable crew to see that your most unforgettable events remain just that, unforgettable.
You've got the graphics at a high level, ESPN style, scoreboard angles, instant replay, anything you would expect to see on a regular broadcast, we're getting in a high school ball game.
Their setup, you wouldn't even know that they're even in the building. You just trust that they're getting the job done.
Northwest Georgia Media, where the world is your audience.
For live coverage of high school basketball right here on WLAQ and also the Northwest Georgia Media live stream. I'm Matt Davis. Got a special guest color commentator tonight. We'll introduce him in just a couple of moments, but we want to let you know where we are, kind of set the stage here. We've got 7AA championship basketball for you tonight on the live stream and on the radio. And first up, it's your Model Lady Blue Devils taking on the Murray County Lady Indians, and it is going to be a showdown royale. It's about to go down here in Murray County. Again, I'm Matt Davis. Along with me tonight is model high school junior and big-time basketball fan, and model basketball fan in particular, Grayson Atkins is on the mic with me. And Grayson, we got a full gym tonight for this one. I know you were here last night for the semifinal games. It's going to be electric, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It'll be very electric. And from what I noticed last night, especially during the Rockmart Murray game, they really get a lot of the fancy stuff going here. In fact, as soon as they came out, I don't know if the camera showed it, they had smoke going when Murray County came out on both ends of the floor. And a little bit of a preview for the starting lineup introductions. This entire gym goes black, and they introduce the tomahawk chop. The Braves do it, the Florida State Seminoles do it, and the Kansas City Chiefs do it. It's looking like it's going to be a very packed environment. Student section's ready, fans are ready, parents are ready, and this is a big-time matchup. They split the region series, and coincidentally and ironically enough, Model won here, and Murray County won at Model. So it is looking like a massive matchup with incredible implications for the state tournament.
Indeed it is. This is the rubber match. The tiebreaker takes place tonight, and it's for all the marbles in 7AA. And one thing, a programming note I do want to mention here for the pregame and halftime in particular, is that we've got an interesting setup here, as we didn't realize this going in, but a band moved in right next to us. So speaking of the tomahawk chop, we're going to get it loud coming up here in just a little bit once they strike up the band. So that may be something that we may have to deal with as the broadcast goes on. We're looking forward to hearing what that sounds like coming up. But we're glad you're with us. It's the Model Lady Devils and the Murray County Lady Indians. We're going to start running down some numbers and begin to set the stage for tonight's matchup. But first, we're going to have a timeout and hear from our sponsors. And I do want to let you know that the live stream of Model High School basketball produced by Northwest Georgia Media is being brought to you by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, Georgia Highlands College, by Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialist, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, Crestview Angus. Radio coverage tonight on WLAQ 96.9 FM, 1410 AM, and online WLAQ1410.com is brought to you by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, Sylvan Learning Center, Avery Drugs, Greens Jewelers, and Ware Mechanical. And with that said, let's hear a word from him. We're going to step out for 2.5 minutes. We'll be back to set the stage for championship basketball, 7AA style, coming up in just a little bit. Back in 2.5.
Northwest Georgia Media would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Georgia Highlands College, Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
They call it Mow Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Welcome back, everybody, to Chatsworth, Georgia, Murray County High School, home of the Indians. Both model teams are here tonight to play for championships. And first up, the Model Lady Devils getting ready to take on the Murray County Lady Indians. Let's talk about their path to get here. The Model Lady Devils this season 22-4, 11-1 in region play. They have won 11 games in a row. Meanwhile, on the other side, Murray County Lady Indians, they are 20-6. Also 11-1 in region play. They've won 8 games in a row. As a matter of fact, the last time that they lost a game was against the Model Lady Blue Devils right here in this very gym. The final score of that one, well, it was a tight one. 40-39 was the final score. And I know, Grayson, that you have seen both of these teams play a lot throughout this year. Let's start with Murray County. And who are some of the playmakers that we need to be looking for? We're going to be calling their names a lot here tonight.
Well, yesterday night, the one thing that I noticed is that against Rockmart in their 70-54 win, they really pulled away towards the last 2 minutes of that fourth quarter. Rockmart was able to keep it close. It was 51-45 going in the fourth quarter. And then the fourth quarter, Annalie Morris from Rockmart had the only 9 points of that fourth quarter for Rockmart. And on the other side for Murray County, throughout the entire game, they were able to really spread out that stat sheet. They had 5 players in double digits. And, of course, down low, Bailey Winkler, she had 11 rebounds that entire game. And they have a very great post game. It's going to be very, very key for Model to exploit that post and be able to get those matchups down low, because they have size, but not only do they have size, they have the shooting. One of the keys for Model to win this game is going to be able to get that three-pointer going, because once they get hot, it is very hard to stop them.
Well, and one of the players certainly to watch for with this Murray County team, by the way, their head coach is Chris Tipton, has done a fantastic job with this group, is Skylar Mahoney. She scored 17 points in their victory over Rockmart, a game in which they won 70-54, also had 10 rebounds, so certainly she's one of their playmakers. Now, Grayson, on the other side, I know you know this team extremely well. The Model Lady Devils, of course, Sally Eccles. We could go down the list of accomplishments that she's had. As a matter of fact, you had the opportunity on the PA a couple of weeks ago to do just that after she got her 400th win in a special ceremony. Very well coached team, and there's a variety of different playmakers here for this model team. So tell us a little bit about the Lady Blue Devils, if you will.
Of course, they have 3 first-team selections: Javia Samples, Rachel Burkhalter, and Sadie Rotten. And Sadie, she really battled a few injuries early on the season, but ever since then, she has been on a surge for this Model Blue Devils team. Throughout the course of her playing career, she's been a tremendous shooter. And of course, they have other pieces to go along with those first-team selections. Honorable mention, Eva Pointer, and of course, Briley Sims. And against that game in Fannin, where they beat Fannin 43-42, she hit that go-ahead bucket to put them up, and Fannin could not come back on the other end and score. So Model, they're definitely going to spread the scoring out just a little bit. They have a lot of weapons. They're deep on the bench, and if they can get them going, it's going to be very key for them to get this game going, and they'll end up doing really good.
Good job, man. Thank you. I'm Matt Davis alongside Grayson Atkins here, bringing color commentary to the broadcast tonight. Really appreciate your insight. We're going to take one more break, and then after that, we're going to give you the starting lineups, and it's going to be go time here in Chatsworth, Georgia. We're at Murray County High School, home of the Indians. The Blue Devils are here tonight, both teams, girls and boys. It's going to be an electric atmosphere. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're glad to have you with us, whether you're watching on the live stream or you're listening on the radio. We'll be back for more coverage in 2.5 minutes.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Access to me means I get to explore and define myself.
Access? That allows me to follow my passion.
For me, it means I get to do what I've always dreamed of doing, helping people.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero.
Introducing the new Onward high-performance lithium-ion personal transportation vehicle from Club Car. When it comes to style, power, and performance, look no further. The Onward HP lithium-ion exceeds expectations with impressive hill climbing performance and high-power acceleration. No other vehicle in the industry can compete. Our automotive quality, self-contained battery is protected by a corrosion-resistant and watertight steel case. This state-of-the-art battery is maintenance-free. And with an industry-leading 6-year battery warranty, you can rest easy knowing your Onward HP lithium-ion is ready when you are. Welcome to the next era of Club Car innovation.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium, locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
The 7AA championships here on WLAQ. Let's give you the starting lineups. We'll start with the Model Lady Devils real quick. Julia Shinholster, Bradley Sims, Rachel Burkhalter, Javia Samples, and Sadie Rotten. And just on cue, I'm not going to be able to hear the starting lineup because we've got the band playing right next to us, but we're going to do our very best to overcome that obstacle. But in the starting lineup for the Lady Indians, you got number 5. That is going to be Miley McClure. Also in the starting lineup here for the Indians, you're going to have, what is that, number 12, who will be Callan Ledford. Also in the starting lineup here for the Lady Indians, number 21, Bailey Winkler. Number 22, Skylar Mahoney, a 5'9" senior. And then rounding out the starting lineup here for the Lady Indians, playing on their home floor tonight in the region championship game, is going to be none other than number 25, Emma Blaylock. She is a 5'6" sophomore, and there are your starting lineups for the game. Head coach for Murray County Lady Indians is Chris Tipton, and of course the Model Lady Devils coach is Sally Eccles. Well, with that said, I'm Matt Davis to bring you the play-by-play story. Along with me tonight is Model Junior and also the PA announcer. You've heard him a lot in Woodard Gymnasium throughout the season, the last couple of seasons, I should say. Grayson Atkins is with me. And Grayson, we're about to have some basketball, man. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. And this is looking like it's going to be a very hostile environment.
All right, we're underway, folks. The tip is going to go to Murray County. They're going to win it, and they are going to bring it up the floor. And here we go. They're going to send it down low, trying to get something underneath the basket. A one-and-done trip. Very effective defense to start the game here for the Model Lady Devils. Shinholster going to motor across the center court stripe. Sends it over to Javia Samples. Samples now goes towards the free throw line. Now kicks it out left. Now back to Shinholster, who backs up to the M at mid-floor and is going to reset the offense for the Lady Devils. Samples with it, now going to drive, kicks out. There's Shinholster, thought about the three, tries to bounce it underneath to a cutting Burkhalter, but the ball is stolen away, and now Murray County has it on the other end.
They're really coming out in that man defense early. I saw in the Rockmart game, they really ran a lot of zone, trying to give them different looks throughout.
Now here comes Murray County's offense. They're going to send it to the right wing side. They'll move inside, scoops it up towards the bucket, misses the shot. The Lady Devils have it. Nobody scored yet. We've got 7 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Sims bounces it over to Samples. Samples into the corner to Burkhalter. Models wearing their black uniforms with blue letters and numbers and white trim. Ball poked loose. It's picked up by Murray County. Here they come back the other way. Callan Ledford with it. She's going to send it down to the left wing side. They're going to drive towards the low block. Now kick it back out. Long three ball on the way, and that one goes in and out. Chasing down the rebounds, JVS Samples. She's already across midcourt, had it poked free. Another turnover for the Blue Devils. Here comes Murray County. They're into the paint, tries to lay it in, and that's the first bucket of the game. Callan Ledford. Murray County 2-0.
And they're really jumping out of that press early. They're trying to make it as hard as they can to get this Model offense to score.
Model gets it down the floor. Sims down low to Burkhalter. Turns around, trying to find a teammate. Is going to find Rott. Now at the Samples. Wide open three on the way. That one's off the side of the rim. Chasing it down is Briley Sims, and she travels. So that's a turnover, Grayson.
You could have argued that that may have been a foul, some may say, but some refs, they may miss those calls, but overall it's for you to decide.
Bringing it up the floor is going to be Emma Blaylock here for the Indians. They lead at 2-0. 5:55 left to go here in the first quarter, just underway here at Murray County High School. They're going to send it to the left wing side, get it to McClure. McClure back up top, feeds it to Blaylock. They get it underneath, and an easy bucket for Bailey Winkler as nobody able to guard her underneath the post.
Like I said earlier, it's going to be very important for them to establish that post game, especially with Winkler.
There's a bucket right underneath. That's going to be Emma Blaylock, her first bucket of the game after the turnover. And this is a 6-0 run to start the game here for Murray County, Grayson.
Yes, sir. They've really been able to get out and transition early, get a few of those fast break layups, and Model, they've turned the ball over a few times throughout this game. They need to settle down if they want to keep it within close.
There was a three-point opportunity there, and the free throw was missed. And by the way, that bucket was from Skylar Mahoney. I put that in the wrong place in the scorebook, and she missed the free throw. There's a long three-pointer on the other side, bounces high off the rim, but Sadie Rotten gets her own rebound, trying to put it back. She gets fouled. It hits the bottom of the rim, and we're going to see Model's first free throws of the game. So an opportunity here for the Lady Blue Devils to get on the board.
She's a tremendous free throw shooter throughout, and not only is she a good free throw shooter, she's a tremendous three-point shooter. That is her best attribute for this Model offense.
And to your point, she made the first one, getting ready for the second free throw of the pair, and Model has their first point of the game, ending a 6-0 run to start it for Murray County. Sadie Rott with one more. That one's in the air. That one's off the side of the rim, but tracking it down is JVS Samples. Big rebound there. Now Rachel Burkhalter drives to lane, gets blocked, but there's some contact. I think she caught the hand a little bit there. So we're going to have more free throws coming up here for the Lady Devils. This time it's Rachel Burkhalter, who is also a good shooter for this team.
You really have to watch out for her drives because she draws a lot of those fouls whenever she drives to the elbow and even drives inside, and she is a very good left-hand finisher.
This is the first free throw. Here comes the second on the way, and that one's going to be right through. So she makes the back end there, and the score moves to 6-2 in favor of the home team, the Indians. They'll bring it up the floor and set up their half-court offense. They send it off to the right wing side. Surveys the floor, now makes a move towards the low block underneath the baseline, and it sails out of bounds. Pass kind of got away from her, kind of sailed on her. So now the Blue Devils will get the ball after the turnover. Julia Shinholster takes the inbound pass from JBS Samples, crosses the 10-second line. Now sends it right back to Samples on the right wing. Now they reverse it to the other side, get it to Burkhalter. She's going to make a move, dribbles off to the left wing side, turns, fires back up top to JBS Samples. Samples on to Shinholster. Thought about the long-range three, had second thought, sends it inside to Betts. Betts tries to send it back to a cutting Burkhalter. Little miscue there, and it's a turnover. Here comes Murray County on the other end. They get a little out of control, but I think there might have been some contact there, and perhaps, nope, just out of bounds.
As I said earlier, Murray County is doing a really good job at forcing those turnovers.
And that's going to be a backcourt violation against the Indians, so the ball's coming back to the Lady Blue Devils. And now we'll see Rachel Burkhalter standing beside, well, not before we take a timeout. So we're going to do the same thing. 4:30 left to go, first quarter, and the score 6-2 in favor of Murray County. We're back in 30 seconds.
Access allows me to do what I've always dreamed of, and that is helping people.
To Betts, back out to Samples. Right now Model trails 6-2, but have the ball up. Javius Samples loses the handle. It's a turnover. Murray County quickly in transition puts up a long two. That one goes in and out. Chasing down the rebound was August Betts, and Samples will clear out. Here comes Model back the other way. Going to send it left wing side to Burkhalter. Burkhalter out to Shinholster. They're going to send it across to the right wing side, over into the corner to Sadie Rotten, back around to Samples. Now back to Shinholster, lost it for a second, retains possession. Now they'll feed it to Betts. Betts out to Samples, long range three. That one's off the mark, and the rebound goes to the Blue Devils. Good job by Burkhalter. A kick out over to Shinholster, misses the three off the side of the rim. Rebound goes to the Indians. Indians bring it across the timeline, goes straight to the top of the key. With it right now is Emma Blaylock. Emma stands on top of the M. Indians working from right to left. Shinholster all over, a little bit of contact there. No whistle by the official, and that's a turnover on the Indians. Grayson, it's coming back to the Blue Devils.
Both teams have really done a good job at forcing the other team to get some turnovers. That'll be the story of the game for both teams, is forcing turnovers.
No doubt about it. Shinholster going to bring it up the floor here for the Lady Devils, working from left to right on your radio dial if you happen to be listening on your radio tonight. Samples has got it, drives towards the free throw line, fires a dart inside to Betts. Nice pass to Burkhalter, puts up the shot, bounces around the rim and off, and the rebound's going to go to number 5, Miley McClure, and the Indians come back the other way. McClure across the timeline, feeds it off to Emma Blaylock. Blaylock stands on the M, directing traffic here on offense. They lead it 6-2 over the Blue Devils. They try to pass it underneath, batted away by August Betts. It's a turnover. Model in transition over to Samples, jacks it up towards the rim, and that's going to be a walk called on the Blue Devils. It's coming back to the Indians. So the Indians will feed it in. Hadley Dotson is going to fire it in. Bringing it up the floor is going to be their point guard, Emma Blaylock, the 5'6" sophomore. She stands on the M, directing traffic. 2:33 left to go in the first quarter. Model trails by 4. 6-2 your score. They send it to the right wing side. Back up top. Going to drive towards the lane. Backs in, spins around, kicks it out. A nice pass underneath to Mahoney. Mahoney with it's kind of tied up by Betts, so she'll turn around and kick it back out around the perimeter. And now backing up with the ball is going to be Dotson. They'll reset with only 5 seconds left to go on the shot clock. They got to get it towards the rim. Maloney with the basketball, turns, fires, and that is going to be a shot clock violation. Great defense, Grayson, there by the Model Lady Devils.
Big miscommunication there for Murray County. They didn't know how many seconds left on the shot clock, and it looks like that turnovers are also, furthermore, will be key of the game, as ever since then there's been many turnovers throughout this game.
Bringing it across the timeline is going to be Shinholster. Gives it Eva Pointer, who's in off the bench. Now to Sims on the right wing side. Back around to Shinholster. Drives towards the top of the key. Sends it left wing side over to Javius Samples. Samples back to Shinholster. She'll reset the offense. Sends the signals, gives it, tries to get it to a cutting Samples. It's picked off. Here comes Murray County in transition off the glass. It won't go. She drew the foul, so we're getting some more free throws here for Murray County. As going to the free throw line is going to be number 12, Callan Ledford. So Ledford going to the stripe here with a pair coming up, and Murray County leading this 6-2 here at home, playing against the Lady Devils here for the region championship. Shot on the way, and that was right through. Good looking free throw shot there from Callan Ledford. Her first free throw attempt of the game is successful. So one more coming up for her with 1:38 left to go in the first quarter. Ledford fires the second free throw. That one goes hard off the back of the rim, and we're going to have a tie-up fighting for the rebound. No, I think they called a personal foul. They get bets on that one? I believe so. Wow, I thought that was just going to be a jump ball, to be honest with you. So Murray County to lob it in. They've got it at the low block. Good block there by Betts. Getting the ball was Eva Pointer, sends it to Javia Samples. Samples to bring it up the floor. She's across the timeline, sends it over to Briley Sims. Sims picks up her dribble, needs help, gives it to Samples at the top of the key, inside to Betts, drives in, gets it to the rim and through. August Betts gets the first field goal for Model. It's a 3-point ball game. Model trails by 3, 7-4. On the other end, 3 ball on the way. That's off the side of the rim. Mahoney tracks down the rebound. The putback won't go. Mahoney with another rebound. Bounce pass to the left side. They drive in, and she travels. Another turnover there for Murray County, Grayson.
And on the other end, I really liked how August Betts was really able to weave in between that zone and get that left-hand layup, which she has been tremendous doing all season.
Great observation. Here's Eva Pointer bringing it down the floor, dribbles out to the right wing side. She's tied up, sends it to Samples. She'll drive the lane, working inside, kicks it out. Wide open 3 on the way. A little bit off the mark for Rachel Burkhalter, and the ball goes out of bounds. It's going to come back to the Lady Devils.
Crowd really didn't like that one. I think they were expecting a foul on the play for Murray County.
Surveying the floor is Briley Sims, looking for the open player, sends it into Javia Samples. Samples will dribble up towards the top of the key with 15 seconds left on the shot clock, 35 seconds left in the half, and Model trailing by 3 points. Streaking into the paint was August Betts, a little too strong on the layup attempt, and a traveling call after Murray County came out with the ball is going to have Model inbounding the ball on their side of the floor. Rachel Burkhalter surveys the floor, lobs it into Betts. Shot clock is off, 28 seconds on the clock. They get it back to Eva Pointer. Pointer now to Sims, fires it into the corner of the left wing side. 3-pointer the way for Betts, and it's through. Yes, sir. August Betts with a big bucket, and the Lady Devils have tied it. 7 apiece, 11 seconds on the clock. We're almost down to the end of the first quarter. Murray County with it, going to drive the lane, trying for the layup, too strong, but a little bit of contact underneath. So more free throws coming up here for Murray County.
And that's something we really have not seen from August Betts a whole lot this year. Her ability to shoot the ball coming up big in this first quarter for Models. It is 7-7, and we are 4.2 seconds left in this quarter.
Missed the first one made the first one, gets ready for her second free throw. So now Murray County takes a narrow lead at 8-7 with 4.2 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the second free throw. That one is going to rim out, and Murray County gets the rebound with 1 second left. They got to shoot it right. That was after the buzzer, actually. She missed it anyway, but that's the end of the first quarter. Model trailing on the road 8-7 to Murray County. Let's step out for 1 minute. We'll be back.
Northwest Georgia Media would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Georgia Highlands College, Snodgrass and Robinson, Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Second quarter, Model trailing by 1. Two really good basketball teams locking horns in this one. Samples has got it. She's at the top of the key here for the Lady Devils. Lady Devils being really deliberate with this possession, making sure not to settle here in terms of shot selection. They're going to give it off to Shinholster, lobs it underneath to a cutting Sims, goes in, tries to get it to the rim and gets fouled, and we're going to see her going to the free throw line.
They really ran down that shot clock right there, trying to get some decision making. Murray County jumped off to a man early, but now they're back in that zone, trying to get Model some different looks.
And here's Sims at the free throw line, first shot on the way, and that one bounces high off the rim. Thought that was going to go for a second, but it rattled off. So we'll get ready for her her next free throw. If she can make this one, we're going to have a tie ball game. This will be the second tie in the game so far. Murray County opened this game on a 6-0 run, and that is going to be through for Sims, and just like that, we're tied up at 8 apiece. 7:32 left to go here, second quarter. Murray County with a basketball. They dribble off to the far side of the floor, working right to left, stolen away by Shinholster, but picked off right back by Murray County. Murray County with it on their side of the floor. Tight defense right now from Model. Bounce pass underneath after a backdoor cut. They go back out to the perimeter. 3 ball on the way. That one rattles off the rim, and Sims is there to get the board. Shinholster across the timeline for Model, stops at the top of the key, sends it to Rotten. 3 ball on the way. That one rims out. And rebound is going to go to Murray County. They keep it in bounds, but trapped in the corner. And somehow she managed to stay in bounds, works around the sidelines. And a defender hits the deck, shot off the glass, hangs on the rim for a second, falls off. Murray County gets their own rebound. We got some contact, a whistle, and a foul. And the folks in blue protest the official call on that one. They didn't like that one bit. I'll let you decide.
Murray County has been really good at getting these offensive rebounds, especially Skylar Mahoney down low.
Speaking of Mahoney, 2 ball on the way is missed. Rebound's going to be taken by Burkhalter, who brings it up the floor. She's across the M at midcourt, sends it to Rotten, back out to Samples. Samples at the top of the key, feeds it off to Shinholster, on to Rachel Burkhalter. Burkhalter over to Shinholster, almost lost the handle on it for a second. Samples drives the low block, feeds it left wing side to Sadie Rotten. Really good defense for both teams throughout this game. Samples with a long range 3, that's too strong. And Model's going to retain possession of the ball. They get ready to inbound on their side of the floor. Substitution into the game for Murray County. Checking back in is going to be Hadley Dotson. And Shinholster surveys the floor to trigger it in motion. And she is going to find Sims, who tries to cut into the lane and get stripped. And they're going to say that that was an offensive foul. All right. So Sims is going to be charged with the foul. And the Murray County Lady Indians will inbound the ball with this game tied up at 8 apiece. Nobody in here surprised that we got a tight one. This is probably going to be one of those games that goes down to the wire. Emma Blaylock across the center court stripe, sends it left wing side. Now they're going to try to get to the top of the key. Rachel Burkhalter's there, driving underneath. Layup won't go in, but she does get the contact. So we got some free throw shots coming up here for Hadley Dotson. She's been to the strip one other time in this game where she's 1 of 2.
They've really let them play a decent amount this game. Both teams, they may have missed some fouls. We'll let you decide that.
So Hadley Dotson is at the free throw line with a couple of free throws coming up. Just under 6 minutes to play in the first half. The first one is through, and that gives Murray County the lead back in the ball game by 1 point. August Betts is going to check back in for Briley Sims. So right now on the floor for the Lady Devils, you've got Rotten, August Betts, Javia Samples, Rachel Burkhalter, and Julia Shinholster. Shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the iron, picked up by August Betts, who gets a rebound fresh off the bench. Shinholster fires it down to Burkhalter on the right wing, drives the lane, trying to get it to the rim, gets blocked. Ball is knocked out of bounds, so it's going to stay with the Blue Devils on their end of the floor. Rachel Burkhalter is set to inbound the ball with 5:47 left to go here in the first half. Shinholster backs up, going to send it into Betts. She's at the high post with it, turns, gives it right back to Shinholster. Shinholster is going to drive the lane, tries to lay it in, and is successful. That one's right through Julia Shinholster with her first bucket of the game, and Model takes the lead back. I mean, how many lead changes have we already seen? 3 ball on the other end, it won't go. Rebound going to be taken by Samples. She'll box out, bring it back the other way. Samples across the timeline, fires over to Sadie Rotten, back up top to Samples, now back around to Burkhalter. Burkhalter's going to back up, send it to Samples at the top of the key. Samples going to break towards the bucket, goes in, nice move. Couldn't get the finish. The ball's out of bounds on Betts. It's coming back to Murray County.
She is deadly when she drives. She is very good at finishing at the basket, and we've saw that all year from her. She is an amazing finisher.
Bringing it up the floor here for Murray County is going to be Emma Blaylock, the 5'6" sophomore guard. She's across the center court stripe, trying to dribble around Shinholster, sends it right wing side with a bounce pass. Now back up top, they try to lob it underneath. Ball is poked free. Model comes out with it. Rotten over to Samples, now to Shinholster. They'll cross the 10-second line. Now back out to Samples. 25 seconds left on the shot clock. They bounce it to left wing corner. Wide open three. And that one bounces high off the rim and went through. It was real dramatic, but it was 3 points here for the Lady Devils. Wow. That was something, wasn't it, Grayson?
Yes, sir. And if you're Murray County, you cannot afford to leave Sadie Rotten open. She is one of the deadliest shooters in this region.
Three ball on the other side's off the front of the rim. Good block by Sadie Rotten underneath, and another one. Ball stays with Murray County. They go to the top of the key. Now out towards the left wing side. Great defense by Model, stolen away by August Betts.
She was looking for the cut there, but unfortunately Model was able to get into those passing lanes and force the turnover, which they have been very good at doing this second quarter.
Burkhalter with it on the left wing side for Model. Model leads it, by the way. 13-9 is your score. They're going to feed it underneath to August Betts. Now back out to Shinholster for three. That rims out. Rebound's going to be taken by the Indians. They'll bring it back the other way, working right to left. Going to send it to the right wing side. Murray County with the ball. Going to drive towards the lane, trying to bounce it underneath. It was nearly stolen away, but the official said kickball. So it's going to stay with Murray County on their end. They get ready to inbound the ball. We got Eva Pointer, and also for the first time checking into the game is Jada Wells for the Lady Blue Devils. Also had a sub into the game, I believe, for Murray County. I think it was number 21, Bailey Winkler, who just checked back in. But in any case, Murray County inbounds the ball. They're going to get it to Mahoney. Mahoney drives off the glass. She doesn't get the points, but Grayson, she does get the contact and will get some free throws. So Mahoney is going to the stripe for the second time of the game. The previous time was in the first quarter when she unsuccessfully tried to convert a three-point play. First free throw of this pair is going to rattle in. She'll get ready for the second, and that's going to cut it to a three-point ball game. Model leads this one 13-10 with 3:27 left in the first half. Second shot on the way by Mahoney. That one's going to rim in as well, and that'll cut it to a two-point ball game. Model's going to bring it up the floor. Burkhalter across the timeline, passes it left over to Sadie Rotten. Up top to Samples, back to Sadie. Nobody's on the left wing side where she was looking, so she sends it back up to the top of the key to Samples, who breaks towards the basket, puts up a little jump shot that rims out, gets her own rebound, and gets the second shot. Way to go, Javia Samples, her first bucket of the game, and Model has moved back to a 4-point lead.
She is amazing when she drives inside. As I said earlier, she's probably one of the best finishers on this Model team, and as soon as she gets inside, you at her mercy.
And I gotta go ahead and apologize to you, Grayson. I know I get excited. I see you kind of bracing yourself when you know something big's about to happen because you know it's coming. 15-11 and a turnover for Murray County. It's coming back to the Lady Devils, and they lead it by 4 points. 2:46 left to go here in the first half. It's a beautiful drive up here to Chatsworth, and it's awesome once you get here and you get to see that backdrop of Fort Mountain. It's a really special place. Javia Samples into Wells. They kick it out the left wing side to Burkhalter. Now back out to Samples at the top of the key. Samples with it, stops, trying to find some help, is going to try to get it to Rotten. The pass got away from her. As she was cutting to the outside, the ball went sort of towards the inside and went out of bounds. So this is coming back to Murray County with 2:26 left to go in the half. Across the timeline is Dotson. Dotson going to send it towards the left wing side. Now they try to get to a cutting player underneath. Passing lane shut down. Eva Pointer's going to pick it up, and the Blue Devils are going to bring it back the other way.
They've been very good at getting in these passing lanes, especially in the past few minutes. They have forced a lot of Murray County turnovers when Murray County tries to get those back cuts going, or especially when they try to drive to force straight to the goal.
Here's Samples for 2, going to miss that one. 2 shots on that possession for the Lady Devils, came out with no points. Here comes Murray County the other end. Big block by Samples. Losing the handle, keeping it in bounds was Murray County, but Samples ultimately comes out with it. Run out time, layup time, it's through. The Model Lady Devils have got a 6-point lead thanks to that layup from Javius Samples. Wow.
And that is big for them, 6-point lead. And so far, this is a defensive slugfest so far as we're in the first half.
And a block on the other end for the Model Lady Devils.
So far, they've been able to get these blocks so far in the second quarter, especially from Sadie Rotten. We saw it, Joe Sagano, 2 blocks in a row from her.
Big time stuff. And I got to tell you, we got a timeout. So we're going to take it as well. And the team gets a warm reception for Sally Eccles as they come back over to the bench. This has been a really good quarter here for the Lady Devils. They lead at 17-11. They strike up the band, which means we're taking a break. Back in 30 seconds.
Northwest Georgia Media would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Georgia Highlands College, Snodgrass and Robinson, Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
All right, Murray County inbounds the ball with 1:28 left to go in the first half. Trailer Model at home, 17-11. We're at Murray County High School. They go just inside the free throw line, put up the shot, chasing down the rebound, and the loose ball is going to be Javius Samples, but Mahoney got it right back here for the Indians. We're going to have a whistle and a foul that I believe is going to go against August Betts, and it is.
They've really gone after each other early, especially on the rebounds. As soon as the Lady Devils get a rebound, Murray County is swarming, trying to look to get those steals and also trying to look to get offensive boards, which Skylar Mahoney is at the line right now, and she has also done a very good job at getting those offensive boards today.
First free throw goes in and out. She'll get ready for a second free throw, and you got to love the effort that you're seeing for both teams. But the Lady Devils here chasing after those loose balls, 50-50 balls, going for rebounds, crashing the glass. They are doing such a great job. Second shot is through for Mahoney, and that'll cut it back to a 5-point game. Model, though, still in the lead, 17-12. We're almost to the 1-minute mark here of the first half. Sadie Rotten on the right wing side. Going to send it to a cutting Samples on the right wing, feeds it into, well, now they're going to try to get it inside. The ball's going to be picked off. Murray County going to bring it back the other way. Ledford's got it. She's at the top of the key, fires the 3 ball, and that one is through. No doubt about that one. Ledford and the first 3 for her in the ball game, and that cuts it to a 2-point game. 42 seconds left in the half, 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Samples across the timeline, is going to dribble right, fires it that way, gets it to Sadie Rotten. Rotten going to hand it off to Samples, now back up top to Rachel Burkhalter. No look for Burkhalter, so she's going to drive in a couple of steps, sends it right back out to Samples. She'll drive, puts up the jump shot off the front of the rim. Rebound's going to go to Murray County. No, stripped away. Eva Pointer got her hands in there, maybe a little bit too much because they're going to call a foul.
The model crowd did not like that. But Murray County's crowd, they're cheering, and after that 3 from Ledford, they are really getting back into this game, especially the crowd.
And getting to the free throw line and getting opportunities here to get some points with the clock stop. Now only trailing by 2. They had been down by as many as 7 to the Model Lady Devils. This has been kind of a game of runs here so far. A little bit of ebb and flow in terms of the momentum. Skylar Mahoney missed the first, second on the way. That one is through. Now Model will inbound with 18 seconds left to go, leading it by only 1 point after leading by as many as 7. Across the timelines, Burkhalter now to Samples. Model looks like they're going to try to get the last shot of the half, and that's a double dribble on Samples. A very unfortunate and untimely turnover. Now it looks like Murray County's going to get the last opportunity here before they go to the locker room, and only down by 1, they could take the lead here and have some momentum going to the locker room. They drive towards the right wing, now cut inside towards the paint, slices in, stolen away by Sadie Rotten, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul. That's going to go against Murray County. And, you know, Model barely has time to inbound the ball here. 0.1 seconds. We know what your halftime score is going to be. Not even time for a catch and shoot or anything of that nature.
Especially depending on where they inbound the ball at. If they inbound the ball on the other baseline, there's really no chance that they can get a shot off.
And then also right now the officials are at the score table. I'm curious to see if they put a little time back on the clock, which they did. They put 0.4 seconds added onto the clock. So now there's 0.5 seconds, but still it's going to be pretty tough to get that ball inbounds and get a good look in range for somebody to take a shot. They're going to have to take a half-court shot. And now they fire it. And that was from 3/4 of court. And that's the end of the half. And we are going to take a break. Right now at halftime, Model goes into the locker room with a narrow lead, 17-16 over Murray County Indians. We're going to take a break of 2.5 minutes. We'll be back to run down the scoring after these messages.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero.
You look exhausted. Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Access that allows me to follow my passion.
All right, we welcome you back in for the halftime show here live from Murray County High School, home of the Indians, and tonight, home of the 7AA Championship. At the conclusion of the region tournament, which has been an exciting tournament. We're going to have an exciting conclusion in both games tonight. We got a tight one here for the first one. Model leads it narrowly 17-16 at halftime. We got a capacity crowd inside the gymnasium here. Electric atmosphere. Is a lot of fun there for that first half, and I think we got exactly what we felt like we would get in that first half, a one-point ball game, and I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't go down to the last possession of the game. And Grayson, what did you see there in that first half? We saw a lot of effort there from both teams, a lot of great defense, just a really great effort and a lot of fun there in the first half of basketball.
One thing that I noticed is that in the second quarter, Murray County switched from a man to a zone, and Model was really able to score a whole lot during that time where Murray County was in that zone. You know, in the first, what was it, 7-7 going into the second when they were in that man. I expect Model in the second half, if Murray County continues to run that zone, I expect them to exploit it. But Throughout the first half, I noticed that Model was really able to set the tone down low, especially on the defensive end. They were able to get a lot of blocks from Sadie Rotten, and one of them, she didn't even have to jump off the ground for that block. I mean, that was amazing. And overall, Model has made it hard for Murray County to get those inside passes, and I expect them to do a whole lot more of that, really making it hard for Murray County to get those looks and get those assists and able to make them beat them one-on-one.
And you know, Grayson, another observation there from the first half is when you look at the free throw situation, because Murray County was really driving that lane, drawing some contact underneath, and they went to the free throw shot, 13 free throws in the first half, made 7 of them. And on the other side, the Model Lady Devils, they were at the line for 6 shots, made half of those. They were 3 of 6. Meanwhile, in terms of three-point shots, Model made just 2, and that's certainly something to look at coming up in this second half. If they can figure out how to get some looks on the perimeter, this is one of those teams that really at times can shoot well from the perimeter, and that could certainly factor in. On the other side, you only saw 1 made 3 there from the Murray County Lady Indians. That was made by Callan Ledford. Here's how the scoring broke down in the first half. The Murray County Lady Indians came out strong, opened up a 6-0 run to start the game. By the end of the first quarter, they would cling to an 8-7 lead over the Model Lady Blue Devils, but the Lady Devils would outscore Murray County there in the second quarter by a score of 10-8 and have the halftime lead 17-16. Here's how it broke down individually. We'll start with Murray County. They would pick up 2 points from Bailey Winkler, 5 points from Skylar Mahoney, and 3 of those points were from the free throw line. 3 points all from the free throw line from Hadley Dotson, and the leading scorer for Murray County there in the first half, and the leading scorer overall in the game was Callan Ledford, who had 6, and again the only 3 made by Murray County in the first half. On the other side, for the Model Lady Blue Devils, they had 6 players that got in the scorebook, so they were distributing the ball well, being very unselfish with the ball. Julia Shinholster had 2 points, 1 point for Briley Sims, 1 point from the free throw line for Rachel Burkhalter, 4 apiece for Javia Samples and Jada Wells, and the leading scorer for Model was August Betts, who had 5 points. All of her points were in the first quarter. So that's how the scoring breaks down, and right now at halftime, Model leads it by a score of 17-16. We do want to take this opportunity to recognize the crew involved in the broadcast. We talked about the sponsors there in the pregame show, but let's talk about the crew now. Midcourt cameras tonight are Clay Hardacre, also Caleb Bice. On sideline cameras, you got Alyssa Laney as well as Jesse Vitello. Director tonight is Mike Garrett. Replay is Nathan Patterson, as we always say, the guru of the operation of Northwest Georgia Media. And of course, audio tonight, commentary is provided by WLAQ in partnership with Northwest Georgia Media. Always enjoy working with the folks at Northwest Georgia Media. I'm Matt Davis, and I'm so happy to have with me tonight in his color commentary and radio debut, none other than junior high school PA announcer for the Model Blue Devils, Grayson Atkins is with us, and you're doing a fine job there throughout the first half, man. Really enjoy working with you tonight. Thanks for being here.
No problem, man. Thank you.
All right, we are going to go ahead and take one more break because we're coming up on the start of the second half. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a nail biter, 17-16 in favor of Model. We will be back in 2.5 minutes.
Northwest Georgia Media would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Georgia Highlands College, Snodgrass and Robinson, Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Access allows me to do what I've always dreamed of, and that is helping people.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion. and give the fans something to cheer about. Because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Model opens up with possession to start the second half, leading it by 1 point. Trying to build a little bit of a lead here. JVS Samples with it on the right wing. They're now working right to left on your radio dial. And of course, Lynn, don't think we're going to leave you out. We recognize the crew, but of course, we saved the best for last. Lynn Butler back at Command Central at WLAQ, running the station for us tonight. We appreciate you, Lynn. Glad you're with us tonight, as always. We know we're in good hands when Lynn's at the studio. A little floater on the other side. That's going to be through, and that's the first bucket for Emma WLAQ. She'll open up the third quarter scoring here for the Lady Indians. They lead it now by 1, 18-17. Model with it on the other end. Betts has got it. Betts picks up her dribble, going to bounce it over to Sadie Rotten. Opens up a three. That one's off the front of the rim. Burkhalter tracks down the rebound. Maybe Model will get another look here. They get the offensive board. Julia Shinholster with it, surveying the floor. Now she'll start to dribble. Dribbles across the M at mid-floor. Going to send it to the right wing side, and JVS Samples. Samples now right back to Shinholster. Shinholster going to work her way off the left wing side this time. Turns, fires back to Samples, drives towards the lane, splits defenders, gets it to the rim, does not score, and the ball goes out on Betts. It's coming back to the Indians.
One thing I noticed is that on the other end, Murray County has went back into a man defense, and already they're trying to throw off Model by throwing off different looks coming into this half.
Leffert across the timeline, works around a pick. Ball's picked up by Samples. Up, we're going to have a jump ball as a player from Murray County grabbed a hold of it immediately, and this time the possession arrow is pointing in their direction. So good hustle there by Leffert to grab a hold of that ball, and she will inbound the ball here for Murray County in a moment. Gets it in. They're on the left wing side with it back to Ledford after the handoff, picked up by Samples. Samples is going to send it over to Shinholster, who brings it across the timeline after the Murray County turnover. Here is Rotten, bounces underneath the Betts, ping-pongs off a couple of players, kicks it out, open three for Samples, and it goes in and out. I think it was down, but they're going to say no bucket there, and Coach Eccles and Coach Dooley are really upset about that. I think they're right. I think that was all the way through. But we're going to have a timeout here. And the officials are going to have a little bit of a conversation here. I think they're going to go ahead and talk about that last shot that was taken. I'm pretty sure that was through. I think that was all the way down. Right now we have a conference between the officials. They strike up the band to give us a little bit of entertainment here while the officials have a conversation about the situation. Officials looking off at the bucket. There's no doubt what they're talking about.
One thing I noticed yesterday is that this same thing happened in one of the boys' games, and they still counted it. So very obvious as to why this is a very controversial call, especially as to why Model fans could also think that it could also be a three-pointer.
Yeah, that was really interesting. And we just got a couple of other looks there on the video of that. And I think that confirms what we think. Obviously, the officials calls, the officials call. And right now they're having a discussion between coaches Tipton and Eccles. And they're going to say the bucket was good. So great reversal there for the officials. They got that right. There's no doubt about that shot went through. And they don't have the advantage that we have of being able to watch the replay from Northwest Georgia media. But that was a good call by the officials. So with that said, the 3 ball was good by Samples, and Model has taken the lead. It was Samples that took that shot, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. It was Javier Samples.
It was so long ago, I'm like, I want to make sure I'm right about that. There's the inbound pass, and a foul is going to be called against Model immediately, much to the delight of the Murray County fans. I tell you what, man, I never envy officials and what they go through. They have a tough job. And they suffer a great deal, too, because no matter what call you make, 50% of the fans are going to love it. And the other part of the fans, well, they're not going to like it. That's just the way that works with fan bases and officials. There's a drive, little floater on the way, going to be missed. Rebound going to be picked up by August Betts. She is a rebounding machine, isn't she, Grayson?
She's gotten a lot of rebounds this game, and both teams, they're really able to get those offensive boards and defensive boards.
We had a bird's eye view of that one. Sadie Rotten started looking at the 3, kind of hesitated there, shuffled her feet in front of the officials, kind of left her feet just a little bit, and that's going to be a turnover on the travel. Emma Blaylock set across the timeline, feeds it to the left wing side, thought about the 3, pick set for her on the left wing, and now she needs some help. Going to fire it to a teammate, long range 3. That one's going to bounce high off the rim, and guess who's there? August Betts to collect another rebound. Samples sends it left wing side. Burkhalter for 3 and through. Nothing but net. Rachel Burkhalter with her first field goal of the game, and it was a biggie.
She is a deadly 3-point shooter here for this Model team, and a team full of depth. Most of them are shooters, so they are a deadly team that you do not want to leave open at any time of the game, no matter when.
Murray County with the ball. They're going to hand it off at the top of the key, work their way into the lane. Shot from the free throw line. That one's wide right. Rebound's going to be taken by Murray County. We're going to have a whistle and a foul against the Lady Devils. By the way, Lady Devils lead at 23-18, a 5-point lead. They've led by as many as 7 in this one. 4:41 left to go here in the third quarter. They're going to get Shinholster with the foul on that play, and we're going to see Murray County inbound the ball from underneath their own basket. Callum Ledford set to trigger it in motion here for the offense. Murray County going to lob it in. They get it towards the free throw line. Turn, shoots. That one rattles off the rim. August Betts dives in trying to get another rebound. We're going to have a foul on the floor, it looks like. Nope, just out of bounds. Yep.
I thought they called a foul at first as well. I thought it may have been going the other way.
So Murray County's going to feed it in. They'll survey the floor. Feed it to the right wing side. With the ball right now is Winkler. Winkler up top now to Ledford. Ledford starts to drive, then dribbles back out around the perimeter. Go back up top, get it into the hands of their point guard, Blaylock. Blaylock will back up, reset the offense with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Model leading it by 5. Murray County with the basketball on the left wing side. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Fans trying to let them know. Shot on the way, and it's through just before the buzzer. 3-pointer made by Ledford, her second of the game, and that cuts it to a 2-point ball game. Model leads, but narrowly, 23-21. Here's Sadie Rotten for 3 on the other side. That one rolls across the rim. Rebound's going to be picked up by Dotson. Here comes Murray County back the other way, working left to right. 3 ball in the air, and that one is through and gives Murray County the lead. Ledford with 2 in a row. It's 24-23 in favor of Murray County. Sally Eccles wants to reel them back in. 3:44 left to go, third quarter. Let's step out, 30-second break.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
just called a timeout after the 2 made threes in a row by Callan Ledford lifted Murray County to a 1-point lead, 24-23. Wanted to make sure that they got their ducks a row on the defensive side, and also not let this Murray County team build on that momentum that they were getting going. But Model's going to inbound the ball. They get it into Rachel Burkhalter. Going to have a little pressure here from the Indians this time. Sadie Rotten, ball nearly stolen away, but Samples is able to retain possession, and that is going to be a violation. Took too long to get it across center court, and right now the Model bench is saying that they were calling timeout. The officials didn't see it, and that is going to result in a timeout, and now it's the timeout. So very interesting sequence there. So we'll see what happens. I suppose it won't be a turnover. That Model will have gotten the timeout in time. So we'll see. But nonetheless, Model is trailing right now on the road 24-23. We're going to keep it here through this timeout. Obviously, Model was not planning to take a timeout in that situation, but they had to try to bail them out as they were trying to get around the press and get it down the floor. It was taking too much time, and they were trying to avoid the turnover there.
And that was the first time that Murray County has really pressed this game, and first time they pressed is looking very effective for them.
There's no question about that, but thankfully Model was able to get the timeout in time, and they have the ball. Samples takes the inbound pass in the backcourt, tries to feed it to Betts. The ball is tipped, stolen away by Murray County, and we got a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against Betts.
May have been a decent foul there, because if they got the ball and they would have got 3-on-1, they probably would have gotten a wide open layup, so that was a very smart foul.
I would agree with you on that. Dotson across the timeline, going to send it left wing side. Going to feed it across to Ledford, now into the corner. Thought about the three, little hesitation there. Now they get it back to Dotson, who's going to drive the lane, works in, rattles in. Dotson with the bucket. She is having a good game in a massive third quarter. Helps her team to a 3-point lead, 26-23. Murray County on top of Model with 3:03 left to go third quarter. Here's Samples, feeds it out to Burkhalter. Big three on the way. That one rattles off the rim. And the rebound, well, it goes off a Model player, so it's coming back to Murray County.
We kind of saw the same thing here when Model played Murray County. After the half, Murray County really came out hot, and into the fourth quarter, they also came hot again, and Model was able to pull away that game. Let's see if they can do the same thing here and be able to overcome some of this adversity, playing in a hard crowd away from their home water gymnasium.
Murray County with the ball, nice pass underneath to Mahoney after a good cut inside. Mahoney with the finish. She's got 7 points, and the lead grows for Murray County. Model really needs to score on this possession. Ball is poked out of bounds. Good hands there by number 5, McClure, on defense for Murray County. And now Model will get ready to feed the ball in, trailing by 5. We've had some really serious momentum shifts in this game. Now they get it into Samples. Model trails. Oh, they turn it over. Bringing it up the floor is McClure. McClure into the lane, blocked by Samples. And it's out of bounds on Murray County, so it's going to be with the Blue Devils.
And they're jumping right back out to that press.
And as you pointed out, was very effective the first time they implemented it here in the second half. Sims to Samples to Burkhalter. They're able to pass out of the press, but turn it over on the other end. Here comes Murray County. They fired underneath. Nice cut by Mahoney. Misses the layup. Coming out with the ball is Sims. A little bit of contact, no whistle there. Sims across the timeline, backs up, nearly has her pocket pick, gets it to Samples. Here is Sadie Rotten with the ball, going to drive back out. Tough defense right now from Murray County. Murray County going to feed it to the left wing side to Sadie Rotten. Model, that is. Samples has got it at the top of the key. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Nice spin move, gets blocked by Mahoney. Ball is going to remain with the Blue Devils. Wow, what a sequence there. Man, oh man. This has been a tough few minutes for the Model Lady Devils.
They really have not been able to get anything inside or even in general. Murray County is really crowding those lanes. They're giving them no space to even get a three-pointer off or nevertheless get a layup off.
Had a hard time inbounding the ball, but they do find Sadie Rotten. Rotten with it over to Samples. Model needs a good possession here. They trail 28-23 here on the road, and a tough place to play, no doubt. The home fans are bringing the heat tonight. Of course, the blue, a lot of folks in blue as well. Samples has got it, dribbles off to that right wing side. Now to Pointer from the free throw line, rattles off the rim. And that's going to be a whistle and a foul. I think they said that was on the floor.
Model has gotten a few breaks these past 2 possessions on those fouls from Murray County. And it's important for that because it's resetting the shot clock to 25 and allowing them to get some more time to get some shots off. But Murray County, nevertheless, has done a really good job at keeping
Burkhalter triggers it in, and Eva Pointer off the inbound pass is able to score, and it's 28-25. 3-point lead here for Murray County as Model has a big possession there and cuts into that lead. Murray County underneath. Now going to fire it outside. Long 3 ball on the way. That one hits the net. Putback is going to go. That was Dotson for 2.
That was a great save there to get the bucket.
Here come the Blue Devils. Burkhalter feeds it out to Sims. 45 seconds on the clock to a cutting Pointer off the glass, too strong. Rebound going to be picked up by Winkler, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul. This is going to be against Murray County.
There have been a few fouls called on these off the floor.
I'm not sure who they called that foul on. I didn't pick it up. It was on Model.
I believe they called it on Jada Wells, number 25.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that help. Murray County across the timeline, feed it left. They go baseline to Mahoney, and they've had a hard time picking that up on defense here in this 3rd quarter. Mahoney again, and now Murray County matches their biggest lead of the game, 32-25. They're up by 7. So out to Briley Sims on the perimeter for Model, drives to the right wing side. Tough stretch here for Model over the last few minutes. Pointer's got it, going to feed it underneath to Wells. Breaks free, puts it up off the glass, won't go. A little bit of pushing and shoving going on. We got a technical. Uh-oh. There were 2 shoves there. There was one from Murray County and a little bit of a retaliation there by Model. So it'll be interesting to see how the officials view this one.
Looks like there will be a technical on Winkler and Sims after the foul on Winkler, and Wells will go to the line. Or there will be a technical first, and then Model will regain possession of the ball after these 2 technicals.
So at the free throw line is going to be Jada Wells. This will be her 2nd trip to the stripe here in the ball game. Model trails this 32-25. There are 3.1 seconds left on the clock. Right now, Sally Eccles having a conversation with an official here about the current situation. Conversation ongoing. She gives the thumbs up, and we get ready for Wells to take the first free throw here. A lot of noise coming from both sides. Shots on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. It won't go. Very spirited crowd inside the gym here at Murray County High School, home of the Indians. We're in Chatsworth, Georgia tonight. And this is the exact kind of atmosphere you expected to get here tonight. And also being that it's championship night here of the region tournament. Officials having a conference, a little bit of a meeting of the minds right now over on the logo, or close to the logo rather, on the far side in front of the Model bench where it says Indians. Still having a discussion about what will transpire after this shot from Jada Wells. It'll be her 2nd free throw after the technical foul assessed, as you mentioned, to Winkler, and then the other technical on the other side against Sims and the Model Blue Devils. So one more free throw coming up here for Wells. Official goes back over to Coach Eccles. Now he's going to bring both head coaches together. You got Tipton and Eccles there with the officials. Make sure that everybody understands the situation that's taking place here. I wish we could have a mic that's down there so we could get the explanation of what's happening, because this is kind of a unique situation that we've had transpire here in this situation. A lot of conversation taking place right now between officials, players, officials, coaches. And now we'll have Wells coming back to the free throw line as she gets ready to shoot her last free throw shot here. Everybody comes back to line. So one more coming up for Wells.
This felt like a very long 3.1 seconds going on, hasn't it, Matt?
Oh, it really has, man. Great observation. Here comes Wells from the line. A lot of noise in this gym, and that one goes off the back of the rim. Rebound's going to be taken by Mahoney, and Murray County, well, they're not going to get it down the floor in time. So that's the end of the third quarter. Murray County's going to lead it going into the final frame here at home, 32-35 in the 7AA Girls Region Championship. We're back in 1 minute.
Northwest Georgia Media would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Georgia Highlands College, Snodgrass and Robinson, Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero.
Ball caroms off a couple of players and out of bounds. It's going to stay with Murray County. Grayson, Murray County there in that third quarter of the ball game outscored Model 16-8 to take that 7-point lead here into the final frame of the game.
They have played amazing. They played amazing defense in that third quarter when they jumped out of that full court press and made things really hard for Model to get the ball down the floor, in a rare air ball there from Sadie Rotten.
Indeed, and here comes Murray County back the other way. They're going to send it across the timeline now up towards the top of the key where they'll set up their half-court offense. Dotson's got it, directing traffic. 23 seconds on the shot clock for the Indians. They send it deep into the right wing corner. Now they're going to try to bounce it underneath to Mahoney, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul against Betts. And I believe that was her fourth, unless I'm badly mistaken. Yep, that is her fourth foul, so one more and she will take a seat the rest of the game, but she's going to check out for now. They may need her down the stretch. Wells is going to check into the game for the Blue Devils for Betts. Surveying the floor with it right now, the trigger man, Dotson, going to feed it in. Ball is going to be stolen away by Wells, but a jump ball is forced. Possession arrow is pointing in Murray County's direction.
And that'll be a huge loss for Model if Betts is unable to turn to this game. She has been a monster down low grabbing those rebounds.
Indeed she has. Here is Murray County off the inbound pass. They're going to feed it back up to the free throw line. 2 ball on the way, and that one's going to rattle in. That felt like a massive bucket in the scope of this game. Winkler for 2. 34-25. Model with it on the other side. Wells fires it back out to Samples. Now to the left wing to Sadie Rotten. Backing up is going to be Julia Shinholster. Shinholster at the top of the key. Shinholster going to drive the lane, turns, gives it to Eva Pointer, puts up the shot, misses, rebound taken by Wells. She gets blocked by Mahoney, but there was some contact also, so we're going to see Wells go into the charity stripe. So Wells at the free throw line. This will be her first trip to the stripe here in the ball game. 2 shot, no, that's not true. I put some free throws in the wrong place earlier. She misses the first one.
This crowd is really bringing the heat right now, trying to do everything they can to make them miss the free throws. The band's screaming, student section screaming, parents are screaming. It's been really hard for them to get some free throws off and shots off here in the second half.
Second free throw on the way, and that one bounces high off the rim. She misses that one as well. That one goes off a Model player, so it's going to stay with Murray County. 6:37 left to go in this one. Model trails 34-25. And a deficit that big in this game between these two teams feels like a monster hole to try to climb out of. As well as both of these two teams typically defend. Ball is stolen away. Shinholster gets the ball. She's across the timeline. Model really needs a good offensive possession here. They got to come out with some points. Javia Samples with it at midcourt. She works her way out to the left wing side. Gives it out to Shinholster. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Shinholster moves, spins around, drives towards the lane, trying to get it inside. The ball is picked off. Coming out with it is Ledford. Here comes Murray County. A heave underneath to Mahoney. Shakes off the defender, puts up the shot, misses it. And fortunately, Wells was there to pull off the rebound, but there was a jump ball, and the Lady Devils are going to send it up the floor here.
In the second half, both teams have been really physical towards each other. And just like we saw in the first half, they're really coming at each other. But more so in this second half, both teams really crowned each other. There have been a lot of fouls in the second half, especially technicals we saw earlier. Emotions are flaring. It's important to keep your composure down the stretch.
Oh, it so is, and we've seen that affect games multiple times over the course of a season. And the ball goes underneath the legs of Pointer. Now Samples comes out with it. That's a hard foul, so she's going to go to the free throw line.
It's going to be really important for them to get these free throws here because they have not been able to get a lot of shots off and free throws even made here in the last 5 minutes of this game, including the third quarter.
First shot goes through. That's a biggie. Samples' first free throw is successful. She gets ready for a second, and that's going to cut it back to 8. And now if your model, that certainly has got to be part of your strategy down the stretch, is to get yourself to the free throw line, get some points with the clock shot, stop, and try to kind of chip away at this deficit. And this will cut it to 7 if Samples can knock down 2 in a row. Ball in the air. That one rattles off the front of the rim. And Murray County comes out with a rebound. Murray County with the ball. Ledford's got it. Going to send it to the right wing side. Driving with the ball is going to be McClure. Now feeds it off to Mahoney. She gets underneath. Ball is going to be picked up by Burkhalter, who forces the jump ball. Possession arrow points in Model's way. So good job by Burkhalter to get that possession arrow.
And in terms of keeping your composure, as Coach Travis says, don't let your pets' heads fall off.
That might require a little bit of explanation there, Grayson. I get the reference, but some people may not. We'll talk about that in a moment.
Yes, sir, we will.
Well, we got a timeout on the floor. We're going to take it with them. 5:14 left to go here in the game. Murray County on top, 34-26. They strike up the bat. We take a break. We're back in 30 seconds.
Access that allows me to follow my passion.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
All right, you made a reference, Grayson. By the way, we're at Murray County High School. It's the region championship, 7AA girls game. What did you mean by pets' heads falling off? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Have you ever watched Dumb and Dumber?
Oh, yes. It's been a while, but yes, I've seen it multiple times.
In that show, Lloyd says, we got no food, we got no job, our pets' heads are falling off. And that means we're in panic mode right now. So it's important to keep your composure down the stretch and not go into panic mode.
Thank you for that explanation because, again, as people that have not seen that movie are like, what is he talking about? But it all makes sense now. Thank you very much, Grayson.
No problem. It's definitely a comedic reference that Coach Travis uses, and it's also a very effective reference that I also saw Alex Fair use whenever they came back and beat Rome in the Crystal Tournament.
Possession stays alive for Model. Missed shot by Pointer, but now Samples has got it. 3 ball on the way. That would be huge. It's missed. Rebound's going to go to Mahoney, and Murray County's going to bring it up the floor. 34-26 your score. Murray County leading this one at home. They'll bring it across the center court stripe. Dotson surveying the floor, going to direct some traffic. Looks like Model is in man coverage right now. Going to bounce it to the top of the key. Send it to the left wing side. Murray County with a basketball. Now to left wing. Trying to feed it in. They got 5 seconds on the shot clock. Got to make a move. Going to drive towards the lane. Lost the handle for a second. 2 seconds. Actually does get it to the rim. Resets the shot clock. But the ball goes out of bounds, so it's coming back to Model.
Little scoop layup, unable to go. Almost was not able to hit the rim on that shot. Lucky that they got it off and avoided the shot clock violation.
Ball is going to be poked out of bounds after the inbound pass here from the Blue Devils, so now they're going to inbound it from around midcourt. And to trigger it in is going to be Rachel Burkhalter. On the floor for Model, you've got Burkhalter, Shinholster, Samples, Sadie Rotten, and also Eva Pointer. Betts has got 4 fouls. She remains on the bench. Here's Burkhalter with it. Going to drive towards the top of the key. Now to the left wing side. Sadie Rotten's got it. Now Shinholster going to send it to Javius Samples. She'll drive, works inside, puts it up. That's going to be off the back of the iron, and that'll be a turnover. It's coming back to Murray County. Model really with their backs against the wall right now, trailing on the road by 8 points with under 4 minutes to play. Time becoming a very critical factor at this juncture of the game.
Now I'd imagine Murray is going to try to save some of this shot clock, just run the clock down just a little bit in order to maintain this lead and get back on defense where they can prevent a Model shot, as coincidentally enough, Murray County just turned the ball over. Hopefully Lady Devils can capitalize off that turnover.
And Betts checks back into the game, so now you got Betts, Pointer, Samples, Shinholster, and Burkhalter for the Blue Devils. They're going to send it to the left wing side. We'll tell you who's on the floor for the Indians in just a moment. I can rattle off the Model names, but I have not seen Murray County much this year, so still getting the names ingrained in my memory here. Ball nearly stolen away. Burkhalter's got it for Model, drives baseline and gets fouled. And it's been tough sledding here for Model, trying to get some open looks against this defense. They have had the Model Lady Blue Devils covered up much of the game, holding the Lady Devils to 26 points, a team that typically scores 53 points a game. This has been tough. Burkhalter with a long 2. That one's going to be a little overshot, a little too strong there. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's coming back to Murray County.
Just a lot of tough breaks for Model this half. They really have not been able to get anything going both quarters, and Murray County, even though they have an 8-point lead, it's looking like a lot of momentum is going to them.
Indeed, Murray County comes to this game averaging 55 points, so Model hasn't done a poor job defensively. But again, on the offensive end, they just haven't been able to get any open looks. It's been really, really tough on the offensive side of the floor. So we get ready for Callan Ledford to send it in motion here for the Indians. She surveys the floor here for Murray County. Murray County trying to get a 7AA championship trophy here on their home floor. Playing here tonight as the team split during the regular season, and a coin toss determined where these games will be played this week.
That coin toss definitely played a factor, because as you can see, this crowd, I mean, either way, it would play a factor, as that will host the region championship, affecting a lot of the teams, but especially if you're the home team, winning that coin toss is a very important thing for both of these teams, and is very influential in the outcome of this game. Is this crowd, they've really been on their A game and have really made it hard for Model. We've seen on the free throws, they missed a lot of free throws from this crowd noise.
And Model brings up the floor after a turnover. It was a traveling called on the other side. Betts has got it underneath, trying to get it to the rim. Ball is going to be stripped. We got some contact here. So they're going to get Murray County with the foul, and we're going to see free throws coming up here for Eva Pointer. We have not seen Eva at the free throw line tonight. She does have 2 points, had a field goal in the third quarter of the game. And to say that these are big free throws would certainly be an understatement. So a tremendous amount of pressure at that free throw line right now. And she makes the first. So Eva Pointer was able to step up to the line there and kind of tune out the noise. Ice water in her veins as she makes the first one. Let's see if she can get this second one and chip away here. That one's off the back of the iron. Rebound's going to go to Murray County. So the score is 34-27 in favor of Murray. 2:29 left to go in the ball game. And I would assume, as you said earlier, Grayson, at some point we'll see Murray County get more deliberate here with each possession. They're going to fire it underneath to a cutting player, and that one's going to rattle in. But we were wrong about that. They went right for it. They are not done scoring here.
I jinxed it just like I did a few times that Darlington-Tron game, didn't I?
Oh, I really felt like you were right. That ball's loose, picked up by Samples. We got a whistle and a foul that's going to go against Murray County. Right now, Murray County leads this one by 9. 36-27 is your score. And we are in a crucial portion of the game here. If Model's going to have any chance whatsoever, they got to make a move really fast. And Javis Samples is going to the free throw line.
And right now, they're in the bonus. So that'll play a huge factor if they can get a lot of fouls towards the end of this game and get to the free throw strike.
First shot on the way is through. Javius Samples makes it. That's a big make right there. That cuts it back to 8. And Samples with another one coming up. She can make this one. Will cut it to a 7-point ball game. Samples takes a hard look at the bucket and knocks them both through. Both of them were right down Broadway. 36-29, Model trails by 7. Murray County bringing it up the floor. We're officially at the 2-minute mark of the game. Murray County going to get it around the perimeter. Now starts to drive, backs it out around the arc. With it is Ledford. Ledford on the M at midcourt. 19 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to feed it to Mahoney. Mahoney feeds it right wing side. They start to dribble baseline, then kick it back out to the top of the key. Mahoney, the feed, and a whistle and a timeout's going to be called by Chris Tipton, the head coach of Murray County. We're going to take it with them. Your score with 1:40 left to go in the ball game. Murray County 36, Model 29, a 7-point deficit for the Blue Devils to overcome when we come back after a 30-second break.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero.
All right, we welcome you back for the final minute and 40 seconds of this championship game here for the 7AA tournament on the girls' side. We do have another game coming up after this one. It's on the boys' side. The Model Blue Devils will face the Rockmart Yellow Jackets for a third time this season, and this time it's for all the marbles. So you want to stick around for that, whether you're listening on the radio or watching on the live stream. Indians will inbound the ball, leading it by 7. Work it around the perimeter, right wing side, they have it. Dotson, ball is poked loose by Shinholster. It's going to stay with Mahoney and the Indians. They recover, and we're going to have a whistle and a turnover here against Murray County. So it's coming back to the Blue Devils.
This has happened a few times this game, unable to get a shot off, and sometimes even Murray County, they've ran down the shot clock and haven't really realized how many seconds on the clock, but they've gotten a few breaks with that throughout the course of this game.
Samples with it, going to send it around, trying to get it to Burkhalter, nearly picked off. Good save there by Samples. She's got it, sends it right wing side to Sadie Rotten, jacks up the 3, and that is no good. Obviously Model kind of in desperation mode now. That one gets to the rim, won't fall. Rebound's going to be taken by Murray County, stolen away by Sadie Rotten, and she gets fouled. So I believe we'll see her go to the strike. That foul's going to be on Winkler, unless I'm badly mistaken. Yep, they got Winkler on that one. So Sadie is going to go to the free throw line with some really important shots coming up here with 1:05 left to go in the game, with her team trailing by 7. Murray County not totally out of the woods yet. These free throws are really significant. Shot is going to go in and out, and every miss you have from the free throw line, the percentage of Murray County winning this game goes up exponentially. One more coming up here for Sadie Rotten. Shot on the way, and that one is right through. Was dialed in for that second one. That cuts it to a 6-point ball game. So this thing is not over yet, folks. That was a big shot right there. Cut it to a 6-point game. So it's a 2-possession ball game in favor of Murray County. They're going to feed it in. Pressure coming here from Model. Murray County trying to work around the pressure. Fans wanted to walk there, didn't get it. Here's Murray County underneath, going to drive towards the low block, puts up the shot, misses. Eva Pointer comes out with the rebound. Model's going to have to work it up the floor quick. Here comes Julia Shinholster, 48 seconds left to go. Lost the handle right into the hands of Murray County. A collision and a whistle and a foul is going to be called against the Blue Devils. They got Burkhalter with that foul. And right now, you have a player for Model, Shinholster, who is hunched over in pain. Coach Eccles is going to come out and take a look at her. I didn't see what happened to her, but she must have taken quite a shot there.
She did. On the rebound, one of Murray County's players kind of flung right into her, made a lot of contact.
And Grayson, is there a tougher player on the floor at any time than Julia Shinholster? She is one tough customer, isn't she?
Oh, absolutely not. She is the, you could say, glue girl for this Model Lady Devils team, and she is, throughout the course of her career, she has always played with a lot of energy.
Murray County brings it down the floor. They're going to drive towards the top of the key. Now back around to the left wing side. They're starting to feel it. Shot is up, high off the rim. That's a big bucket right there by Bailey Winkler to bring the total back to 8. The lead, 25 seconds left on the clock. Model trailing by 8. Here's Samples, quick 2, won't go. Rebound taken by Murray County. And that's about all she wrote, folks. The fans are really starting to feel it now here for this Murray County crowd. 18.1 seconds on the clock. Teammates are starting to hug here for Murray County. They know what's about to happen. You got free throws coming up here by Miley McClure after the foul from Model. The good news, if you're the Model Lady Devils, that by making it to this game, you were guaranteed a home playoff game in the first round. That's going to be a big free throw made there by Miley McClure to put a little icing on the cake here for Murray County. One more coming up from McClure. Obviously, you'd rather pick up the championship and get the 1 seed, but getting a home playoff game coming up next week is a good deal. We're going to have a timeout on the floor. We'll take this one also. 18.1 seconds left on the clock. Model trails by 9. We're back in 30 seconds.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
All right, one more free throw coming up here from Miley McClure, and this would make it a 10-point ball game, and that bounces high off the rim, won't go. 18 seconds on the clock. Model's going to bring it up the floor. Across the timeline is Burkhalter. Big sense of urgency. 3 ball in the air. That's going to miss everything and goes out of bounds. It's coming back to Murray County, and more than likely we'll just see them dribble out the remaining seconds of the game here. I don't think Model's going to foul at this point. 4 seconds on the clock, and that is going to be your ball game. Your region championship team this year is going to be the Murray County Lady Indians. They will finish the season 21-6, finish off 12-1 in region games, have won 9 games in a row, and again, they win it by a final of 39-30. Congratulations to Coach Chris Tipton and his Murray County Lady Indians on the region championship. Certainly a tip of the cap to Model Lady Blue Devils. Great effort tonight, but unfortunately for the Lady Devils, they're going to come up short by 9. It was not their night. The region championship is going to go to Murray County. Let's send it back to the studio for a 2.5-minute break. We'll come back and wrap things up by running down the scoring, have some final comments of the girls' game, and get you set for the Model Blue Devils to take on the Rockmart Yellow Jackets in the boys 7AA championship coming up in just a little bit. Back in 2.5 minutes.
Northwest Georgia Media would like to say thank you to the following sponsors: Mathis Trailer and Equipment, Georgia Highlands College, Snodgrass and Robinson, Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. Thank you to all our sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride, and another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel stallion and give the fans something to cheer about, because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
Access to me means I'm the first one in my family to come to college. Sé el primero. Access to me.
All right, folks, we're going to be winding this broadcast down in just a couple of moments, but we do have some final comments we'd like to make about the girls' game, including running down the scoring. Unfortunately for the folks in blue tonight, kind of a disappointing end to that game, but man, what a great regular season for Coach Eccles and the Model Lady Devils, as they will finish the regular season 22-5, 11-2 in the region, if you include the games that were played in the region tournament. 11 games in a row going into this one, and the streak is stopped by Murray County, and they win the rubber match. They beat Model 2 of the 3 times that the two teams would face this season. Very, very good basketball team, well coached, played outstanding defense tonight. We'll talk a little bit more about that as we go along through our post-game show here, which is going to be kind of brief, but we'll start with the scoring. The Murray County Lady Indians, we'll get to them second. We'll start with Model. They picked up 2 points from Julia Shinholster, 1 from Riley Sims, 4 points from Rachel Burkhalter, 5 from August Betts. Eva Pointer had 3 points, 5 points for Sadie Rotten. The leading scorer for the Blue Devils was Javia Samples, who picked up 10 points off of a few field goals, made 3 free throws down the stretch there in the fourth quarter. On the other side, the Murray County Lady Indians, they would pick up 1 point from Miley McClure, 6 for Bailey Winkler. Chipping in 9 was Skylar Mahoney, 5 points from Hadley Dodson, 4 points for Emma Blaylock, and 14 points was the leading scorer of the game. It was Callan Ledford who came up with that total, and that should all add up to the 39 points for the Murray County Lady Indians and Models 30. So 39-30 was your final score in the game. As far as a breakdown from quarter to quarter, the Model Lady Devils trailed 8-7 at the end of the first quarter. They were up 17-16 by the time we got to halftime. By the end of the third quarter, Murray County had taken the lead back to 7 points, leading at 32-25, and they would close out by besting Model 7-5 down the stretch to win this game by a final score, again, 39-30. And as we get done with our brief wrap-up here, get ready for our next game here, Grayson, what were the big takeaways for you in this game as far as how Murray County was able to come out on top, particularly down the stretch?
I think down the stretch they really made it hard for Model to really get anything. Just 5 quarters, throwing around different looks. They really ran a zone a few times, ran a lot of man, and especially that full court press. You know, we talked about it. That first time, Model looked really flustered when they came down, and overall, Murray County just made it really hard to make shots. I mean, Model scored around 5 to 6 points in the fourth quarter.
They scored 5, and one of the things that's interesting about that, and to your point, Grayson, is the fact that Model did not have a field goal in the final quarter of the game. They had to rely on getting some drives inside, drawing contact, and getting to the free throw line, which they did. They made 5 free throws, all the points there in the fourth quarter, but unfortunately couldn't get any open looks. And credit where credit's due, Murray County had a great defensive night throughout the course of the game, holding Model to 30 points. Model had a great night defensively, but unfortunately couldn't match the offense that Murray County was able to generate throughout the course of the game. So that's basically the story for you. And we do want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for tuning in, whether you've been watching on the live stream or listening on the radio. We're going to go ahead and take a break, send it back to the studio. Then we come back. I know they're going to set up the next stream for the boys game, and we'll get set up and start our pregame for the boys game, which is coming up. We'll go ahead and remind you, it's the Model Blue Devils and the Rockmart Yellow Jackets for the crown of 7AA on the boys' side. Looking forward to that. It's coming up in just a little bit right here on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media. Let's step out for 3 minutes this time.